Hey, this is Matt once again. I was wondering when this day would come, when someone would start requesting Steven Seagal commentaries. I wonder if this would be a thing. Do a commentary on every bad Steven Seagal film. Well, if that comes, I'll be up for the challenge. If so, the first one up is Black Dawn. This is thanks to Jad Thompson. Thank you for those interested in requesting any type of videos, topics, reactions, commentaries, reviews, re-reviews, or hell, if people want to see more Steven Seagal commentaries, PayPal's usually the best bet, or join my Patreon. Both things are down below in the info box. So, Black Dawn, more like Black Yawn. God. I pause the beginning. 3, 2, 1, pressing. I want to make sure I'm at the very beginning. Alright. 3, 2, 1, pressing play. Alright, so we got the Sony? Yeah, Sony Pictures. This is a film that has the cover where Seagal, he didn't want to pose for the movie, so they just took it from another movie. And apparently Andrew Stevens wanted two people kung fu kicking, even though that's not in the movie. There's an interview with the director of this. The director of this film was the cinematographer. He was the cinematographer of Stone Cold, that great Brian Bosworth movie. Love that Brian Bosworth movie. Great movie. He was a cinematographer on Maximum Risk. Pretty good Jean-Claude Van Damme film, in my opinion. Ringo Lam directing it. Rest in peace, Ringo Lam. This... I think after this, he pretty much said, I don't want to direct anymore. I'll just stick with cinematography. For I understand, the reason the director got the job is they liked his work on films like Stone Cold, being a director of photography of them. So Andrew Stevens and his company, they would tell Seagal, here's a set fee. Here's a set fee that you'll do a film with us. We don't have a script. So we did a bunch of writers. They cooked up a script in a short amount of time. Go figure. And even then, that script will change throughout production. Not the first or last time that would happen with the Steven Seagal film. Soon after this, he would do Attack Force, which that was supposed to be about aliens. Then it became about people, government experiments, mutants, whatever the fuck. That's why their eyes changed like Men in Black Alien when Will Smith got him in the blink. But no, now they're not aliens anymore. Attack Force, piece of shit. Or that movie Submerged. Rest in peace, Anthony Hectos, who directed that, who did Waxwork 1 and 2. That movie was supposed to be a horror film about people on a submarine and monsters and creatures. It'd be like maybe not like The Thing, but it'd be that type of creature feature. Which I think Hectos was used to, horror films. Waxwork 1 and 2, I mentioned Full Eclipse. Marvel Van Peebles versus cops who were actually werewolves. But then Steven Seagal said, no, I don't want to do a horror film. He just changed his mind, and then they had to rework all this other shit. Anthony Hector said it was like the worst film experience he had. Just like this director. In fact, this movie was not even supposed to be... Just for those who don't know, this is a sequel to The Foreigner. Another shitty Steven Seagal film. One of his most forgettable. Because now he plays the character Jonathan Cold. He played that in The Foreigner. He plays that in this. So this was not supposed to be a sequel to that. But Seagal just like, want to be a sequel to that. Why? I have no idea. As if people remember who the fuck Jonathan Cold is. People watching probably don't even remember what the fuck The Foreigner is or never saw the movie. So they changed that shit up. And apparently the budget, a lot of it went into Seagal wanting lavish parties. Apparently Seagal had like 7 bodyguards. And they would have these big dinners. And that's where a lot of the budget went into. That's why a lot of times these films look really cheap. Really wanty in terms of bad green screen or blue screen. and low budget effects is because the budget gets dwindled and Andrew Stevens' company lets Steven Seagal do whatever he wants. So you get a film where it looks cheap. In fact, the reason why this quality looks like a TV show quality is, as the director put it, the studio did not want to put up the finances to get quality film to make this with. So they didn't want to make it with quality film, or don't make it with cheaper stuff. So now it looks like a glorified TV show. And then you have Steven Seagal, who wants to be lazy, moody, morose, and apparently the director said he bullied co-stars and crew members, coerced them, bullied them. He didn't want to do fight scenes. That's why this movie barely has any fucking fight scenes. And the one goddamn on a stairwell is a double because Steven Seagal didn't want to fucking do it. So there's barely any true to form Seagal fight scenes because Seagal was too lazy, didn't want to do the shit. Fuck Steven Seagal up his fat ass. I love early Steven Seagal. Above the Law, Out for Justice being my favorite, Hard to Kill, Marked for Death. I like Under Siege. I even liked some of On Deadly Ground. I don't like the preachy elements and him fighting bears and dreams, but I like the action scenes in that movie. I like Under Siege too. I even like The Deliver Man. I even like Fire Down Below, despite some of its flaws. Exit Wounds I like, despite some of its flaws. But of the action stars that went the direct-to-video route, his was the worst, because he was the laziest. So many of the plots run together. I can't tell you the difference of the plots between Shadow Man, A Good Man, this movie, Out of Reach. I vaguely remember it's a pen pal he has with a little girl, which was fucking weird. Today You Die, they stole a scene from the Peter Weller film Top of the World. I think they stole scenes from other movies. I know one of those movies they stole a scene from Jean-Claude Van Damme's The Order. And he would like make the most direct-to-video films, but he made like 7 in one fucking year. I shit you not. He made like 7 in one fucking year. I know I haven't talked about the film because it's just some girl getting some suitcase and a bunch of people shooting and no one gives a shit. Federal Detention Center, Utah. Text made for fucking Microsoft 1992. Jonathan Cold. Just like your career dead cold. I'm sure. Hope you're enjoying the cold in Russia, Seagal. You fat fuck. I have no respect for him anymore. Like, Van Damme is... The films may not work, but I see these other guys are trying. Seagal doesn't try. These other guys, they realized they had to eat a piece of humble pie. Because they were big movie stars and they went direct-to-video route. Seagal never ate that. He ate some pies, but never a humble pie. And all the terrible things I've heard that he does to stunt people, does to stuntmen, he'll beat the shit out of stuntman. Van Damme has screwed up, but it was an accident. And he feels really bad about it. Seagal doesn't do that. He'll beat the shit out of someone. There's an interview on YouTube where the stunt guy is like, oh yeah, okay, don't tell him you have some kind of martial arts background because he'll take it as a challenge. So it's like, oh, well, he speaks a different language and Seagal liked him. Teach me something. And then there was no longer a fight scene. But he saw Seagal like beat the shit out of a guy where the guy had to go to hospital. Literally had to go to hospital. And people on set were afraid of him. I'm like, I wouldn't be afraid of him. I'm like, touch me, I'll sue. I'll kick you in the nuts. Or I'll get a gun and shoot your kneecaps off. Fuck you, asshole. You got a bulletproof vest? Do your kneecaps have bulletproof vests too? Do your kneecaps have vests? How's it gonna feel when you have no kneecaps? You goddamn hair extensions. Fucking sprayed it on. Fucking hair. There's so many stories you hear of Seagal throughout the years. It would take me more than this comedy to tell all the fucking stories you hear of Seagal. Yeah, you're fucking dead. It's just like Seagal's career is dead. I'm supposed to buy Seagal as a doctor. Maybe Dr. Dvorkian, but Dr. Myers. It's just because like Seagal just had no passion, no give a shit. I get it. Some people will do movies for money, but it still looks like they give an iota of shit. Dr. Sensei, MD. Hey, you got some Alka Seltzer. Better watch him. That's the thing. When you look at other direct-to-video action stars, at least their work, you just see a variety. Van Damme. I did tell you the difference between The Order, Replicant, The Order, Indiana Jones type of adventure. Replicant. He plays a serial killer and a clone. Wake of Death. Revenge movie where he gives a nice raw emotional performance in hell. He plays his prisoner and he goes more and more mental animal crazy as he's going crazier in this prison. Even gets suicidal thoughts. Seagal is ex-CIA, ex-FBI, ex-KGB, ex-TFC, ex-BTD, whatever the hell needs to be. Try to remember if this is the one where he has the McDonald's on the fucking dashboard in one scene. And then he didn't keep himself in shape. Apparently he treats women like shit. He treats stuntmen like shit. He treats directors like shit. And he makes lazy fucking movies. You can't even chalk it up to he makes entertaining films. He did back to the day. Of the like 40, 50 direct-to-video films he did, there's one hand you can count. I think Urban Justice is decent. I think Into the Sun was decent. There's the McDonald's. There you go. There's the McDonald's on the fucking dashboard. Right there. Just McDonald's and it's empty. The fucking French fries are empty. I know because I've seen those fucking French fries. I like those French fries too. So at least he's got good taste. But it's just funny that he got Seagal and he's in a goddamn his truck and he's got empty fucking McDonald's wrappers on the fucking dashboard. I think someone put it there on purpose to give Seagal shit. And Seagal was too stupid to not notice. There has to be a story behind that. There has to be some fucking crew member who thought Seagal was a fat joke and said, you know what, to piss him off, he's not going to know, he's too stupid, I'm going to put some fucking McDonald's. There has to be, the McDonald's. The Mickey D's are right there. We're going to see half of it so we don't get sued, but there's the wrappers, and there's McDonald's, people could see it, they notice it. Some crew member had to do that as a joke. If somehow you're out there, dude, please let me know. I'd love to talk with you, interview you, anything in between. Please do. You don't have to worry about Seagal. He's in Russia. Doing the stupid fucking schizophrenic kid that should fit dance. This is the film where when he drops the suitcase into the water, that automatically the bomb, atomic bomb, whatever, detonated and everything's fine because it was in the water, folks. And then he says a line like, looks like we'll be glowing in the dark for a while, but I guess they're fine. Open the door, drop that bitch out. That's the line for this movie. So yeah, Seagal is undercover. He wasn't really a doctor. He got this guy out. He's undercover. Like he's ex-CIA, but he's really working with the CIA. He's really working... Again, you can't even... There's no excuse for being a dick on set. But like I said, you can't even say he's... But at least he made some entertaining movies. He doesn't do that anymore. Let's see, he made like 7 films in... What was the 7 films? 6 films in 1 year. I'm trying to remember now. Let me look that up. Okay, one, two, three, four. It was 6 movies. 2016. Code of Honor, Sniper Special Ops, The Asian Connection, End of a Gun, Contract to Kill, and The Perfect Weapon. Attrition, General Commander. Yeah, those are the 6. 2017, Cartels and China Salesman. 2018, Attrition. 2019, General Commander and Beyond the Law. Girl, I remember anything about any of those fucking movies. And he has not made a movie since 2019. I'm surprised. 4 years. By the end, he's in Russia. That's probably why. Because he was in deep shit. Where there was accusations about treating women and stuff. I had a subscriber that told me, a good guy, who... Actually, I don't know if he's a subscriber, but he's a good guy. He's in some of my streams. He mentions how at one point Seagal like pulled him over when he's trying to be a sheriff and failing and trying to have his southern accent. It's like anywhere he goes, he has a different accent. If he talks to you, if you're black, he'll think, yeah, I'm from Louisiana. I'm from the South, if he's in the South. Like, or if you're Asian, namaste, namaste. I'm from New York, motherfucker. Fucking dickhead. And was it like some story where there's like a woman tied up in his basement or something? Or at least a woman says it, which... Seagal has a lot of weird habits too. Like there are people... Like that stunt guy. I think this is from The Foreigner, this scene here. Yeah, I think this scene is from The Foreigner. In case you don't remember, trust me, I get why. Yeah, this is from The Foreigner. So the first action scene we see of him in the movie is from a different fucking movie. But yeah, what I was going to say. Oh, that stuntman that had that story, he talked about how he had this very young Asian lady with him. And that's the thing with Seagal. He always had young Asian ladies with him. There's a director of that Perfect Weapon movie that did an interview and said, well, I think one time I was talking to Seagal on the phone and I think he was getting a blowjob while I was talking with him. Because that's who Seagal is. I did it. I wasn't there. But where smoke, there's fire, and when you hear so many goddamn times, they can't all be lying. They can't all be wrong. Goddamn, man. Now, people like Van Damme are not saints either, but I see that Van Damme has tried to be better. And he did some good direct-to-video films, and he tried to be better. He tried to have a bit of redemption. He tried to be a nicer guy. And he did like The Order, In Hell, Wake of Death, JCVD. Like Seagal can never make a JCVD. That Jean-Claude Van Johnson's show he had, very underrated. While Seagal tried to have these other shows. Lawman, where he was like a sheriff, appointed, whatever. And I forget what the other show he had, the more scripted show. That probably nobody liked him on, because he was a dick. And that's the thing, you watch these movies and they try to have, because the scripts get rushed into writing, they get muddled. That's who these people are and that's who those people are. And if all the I's are not dotted and T's aren't crossed, oh well. So you have bad guys that want to bomb, because they want to blow up LA, and then Seagal being undercover. And it gets to a point like, let's say you watch this film, you rent it, you buy it. What is the purpose? Obviously, the purpose is to be entertained, but what entertainment are you going to get out of it? Maybe I wonder how bad it is. I don't even know if you did get that from this. It just becomes boring. It becomes forgettable. It becomes slow, uneventful, muddled, and for the most part, people watch these films because they want to see the action star kick ass or take names, or maybe for some people laugh at how goofy and stupid and ridiculous they are. For others, to have fun. You don't get either of that with this movie. So Dean gets into what do you get out of this? Thank God you told me it's day 2, because I needed to know that information. It was very important. You ain't got that? You ain't got shit. I heard that. I can fucking do that too, buddy. Let me tell you something. I can squint my eyes too and talk very quietly. I'm Steven Seagal. Okay, Mr. Biker. You look like someone that'd be in Stone Cold. This guy here with the fucking long hair. You want to trust somebody? Trust in the Lord. Pray well enough to get the fuck out of this movie. On me, on me, on me. Why do you have to say it 3 times, dude? Maybe you think the guy's deaf. On me, on me, on me. Say it 3 more times. Maybe Candyman will pop up and skin your ass. Hillbilly Jim. Give a fuck if they're ready. Yeah, you have a busy night. Sucking my dick. Well, I'm sure that picture was very... You tell the guy was photoshopped into the other with the other guy there. So we're talking about plutonium. Get it from Doc from Back to the Future. Gives a shit. I mean, just from all the discrepancies of his background, him saying that he did all these great things and he was with the CIA in real life and the mob, all this other stuff there were certain ties to, and make himself to be such a badass and such a tough figure. Executive decision when he said, I'm the commander. And I think I've heard that him and Kurt Russell didn't get along. I know him and John Larroquette didn't get along because John Larroquette. Yeah, that'd be fine, John Larroquette. John Leguizamo, 2 very different Johns. Sorry, I just saw Richie Rich recently. So John Larroquette on the brain. John Leguizamo did not like working with him. Because John Leguizamo laughed, and then Seagal pushed him, and kind of took the air out of Leguizamo's body. And a lot of people just, not everybody, but a lot of people just see stories of how Seagal would be moody and morose and didn't want to do anything. He doesn't want to do his ADR. He doesn't want to do a lot of his fights, so that's why more and more fights became obvious doubles. He's lazy. He just want to have his parties, have his 7 bodyguards, Go eat. Fine, I'll do a bit of here and there. Do as little as possible to get through it. That's why you have films like this where Seagal barely shows up. Like, this guy remind. See, now you notice that you didn't see Seagal do this. It's hiding Seagal's face. So more than likely Seagal didn't do that whole, can't even call it a fight. Seagal didn't do that. They have up close moments of his face. Okay, fine, Seagal, you can leave. Get someone in there. Just think about it. Why would you not have Seagal's face when he does this and does the twist? Because Seagal wasn't there, and he didn't want to do it. So you have some arms that do this, arms that do this. There's not even a wide shot of Seagal holding the guy's arm in that position. Because Seagal didn't do it. Because he didn't want to do it. So, have an arm. Well, actually, there's a... Whatever, you know what I mean. Just have... Imagine there's arms. Let's just talk about laziness. And then, even I blame it on the directors, but if you have a star that doesn't want to do anything, then what can you do? It's funny how sometimes Seagal will do a little bit more. Like, you see like he did a little bit more in Urban Justice and a few of these other movies. Like, it's just random. Just completely fucking random, I guess. And very, very rare. I guess in the early days he had something to prove, so he'll work a bit harder. But now it got to a point where they reward him for this behavior. What all these companies should have done and said, no, Seagal, we're not hiring you. What? No, we're not going to hire you, and they're not going to hire you, and they're not going to hire you. Because you burned too many bridges, you hurt stuntmen, you're too fucking lazy, you're too out of shape, you don't want to do ADR, you don't want to try, so we're not doing it. So you find work somewhere else, but it's not going to be in the movie industry, and it's not going to be in the TV industry. If every person said, you know what, we're not going to put up with this tomfoolery, we're not going to put up with this bullshit, then he would have to eat a piece of humble pie because he would be forced to do it. Unless he wanted to do Mountain Dew commercials. Which maybe that's where he fit. Maybe he would fit to just do Mountain Dew commercials. Because that's like one of the best things he's done in the past 20 fucking years was that Mountain Dew commercial. I never tried his drink. Although I've heard it tastes like shit. The energy drink. It's from a long time ago. I don't even know if you can even get them anymore. But I think people have tried and say it was shit. I'm not a stupid man. Are you sure about that? So if you're wondering, I'm looking... Okay. I have a book called Seagology by a guy named Vern. I was hoping that was around here, but I think it's in the other room. I was going to read some stuff out of it. Talking about this movie. Blatt Yawn. Idea, if you watch this for action, what have you gotten for action so far? You got a flashback to a different movie. An arm doing this. Which you could tell Seagal didn't do it because that's why Seagal's face was not in the same frame as the arm. This guy with the beard and hair is like a reject of the bad guy from Drive with Martha Costas. Much, much better movie. I'm just thinking of better action movies. Broken Path, also known as Broken Fist. Drive with Martha Costas and T.D. Hardison. Dolph Lundgren in films like... I'm trying to think of direct-to-video films. Command Performance, The Russian Specialist, even Sweepers. If these are raw numbers, it'll be interesting to see what the next trick is. And you'll see a lot of times Seagal will want to sit down. The more and more you get into direct-to-video films and the more fatter he got, the more he wanted to sit down. Hell, around this time there was... What was the movie? Where he did a whole fight scene sitting in a chair, doing this, not bothering to get up. I'm trying to think what there was... I forget, what was the name of it? There was one where he tits a guy out a window, but they re-edited it so it looks like he tits the guy out of the window 7 times. The same window. I forget what the hell that movie was called. I had it in my head, I forgot. If I see the title, I'll recognize it, but... My God, man. Day 3, thank God. You told me it was day 3. I would have been horrified to not know what day it is. Done like the cheapest text too. And yeah, this is it has that cheaper film stock look. Because again, they didn't want to pony up the more... That happens a lot. Not just here, but nowadays. Well, that film stock would be a lot more expensive. Just choose this. Just, hey, it'll manage. Yeah, but it looks like shit. Yeah, but, oh well. Big fucking, no fucking biddy. Yeah, it is. But hey, what do we know? We're just the customers. But they made money because Seagal made so much fucking stuff. I stopped watching them after a while, and the only reason I got a lot of the DVDs was because there was a website called Go Hastings. Not around anymore, but it was for a while. And it was very cheap. There was a store called Hastings, and they had a website called Go Hastings. And they would have DVDs that like $3. And if you buy enough, you get free shipping. So I would get like 10 movies for a little over $30. Or I would go to the store called Stuff Etc. And some of these movies would be there. They're like $2.99. Or if they're in there long enough, $1.50. And, you know, Seagal and them are not getting that money. The store is getting the money. So, okay, support your local store. Or, you know, that online, like, if a movie is $3, they're not going to get a whole lot of that fucking money from that. I do think Seagal, I mean, I could very well be proven wrong. I would assume he's retired at this point. Because the guy's 71 years old. He was born in 1952. He's 71 years old. So, when you're 71 years old, it's like, okay, what more can you do when you're in your 70s? Oh, God. The old school computers. Canister. Elements for the bomb. And they didn't sorry about the background noise. There were people working and stuff. There's why you hear roosters and neighbors and people working, and these walls are thin, so they're coughing, and you hear them. They're working on stuff outside, these people, so... Rather talk about that than this. Apparently the rooster's like, I guess he's cheering that he's not watching this fucking movie. Thank God I'm not watching it. Again, Above the Law, Hard to Kill, Marked for Death, Out for Justice, Under Siege. I like all those movies. Out for Justice, my favorite. Under the Ground, I like half of it. The other half is preachy and stupid, but the action part I like. Under Siege 2 I liked. Executive Decision thought it was boring. I like The Glimmerman. I like Fire Down Below. Edge of Wounds I can watch, like I said. Ticker, not a big fan of. The Foreigner, Half Past Dead, Out for a Kill, Belly of the Beast, Out of Reach, Into the Sun's okay. Damn, that guy is fucked. Yeah, Submerged, rest in peace, Anthony Hickox. Oh, shut up. I know, you don't have to watch this shit. Yeah, Submerged. The script was full-on horror and sci-fi. Stuck at the bottom of the ocean with aliens on your submarine. That was the original idea. We designed the creatures. Crab says to go down the drains of the submarine so you never know when they were coming. The Thing in the submarine, or The Thing meets Das Boot. It was interesting, then Seagal came on board. Seagal liked the script, but 3 weeks before shooting, Seagal called him and said, I don't think this movie should be on a submarine. But it's called Submerged. He wanted an opera scene. I decided I don't like aliens and I don't like monsters. I don't want to be in a monster movie. We had no clue what we were doing, no script, and the whole mind control thing in the final film was made up the last week before shooting. At that point, I should have quit, but I needed the cash. That's what happens with these type of movies, man. In case you don't understand the plot, I'll help you out. Jonathan Colt is a former CIA agent now working for himself and offering his services to the highest bidder. He's retired. Well, he's hired to break James Donovan out of prison. After a successful break, takes him to his brother, an arms dealer, who had hired John to break James out. In gratitude, the two brothers hire Steven Seagal's character to help sell parts for a small nuclear bomb to the leader of a Chechen terrorist group planning to blow up L.A. because the CIA killed the group's previous leader. Meanwhile, his former protege, Agent Amanda, is spying on the brothers for the CIA. The brothers see her spying on them while dealing, and that's where she's here. Seagal rescues her and takes one of the brothers hostage. One brother doesn't care what happens to the other brother, so that does not work as well as it should. So the two go on the run, trying to keep the brothers out of the way and stop the asshole from blowing up L.A. Oh, shut up. Sorry about the stupid rooster. Thought we had an agreement. Shit happens, you know? Oh my god. That editing. Seagal was like this. Then it's people getting shot. And then Seagal has a gun like this. And then finally got a shot where he's doing this. But go back if you're watching this. He's got the guy like this. People being shot. Then it turns back to Seagal. He has a gun like this. And then people being shot. And then finally they go back to Seagal. I just finally said, okay. Then it's double. And who is this guy driving? Who the fuck is this guy driving? This poor guy got shot in the arm. I guess he's trying to get the fuck out of Dodge. .8 on IMDb. Even that's fucking high. The film is infamous for Steven Seagal's almost total lack of involvement in any of the fight scenes due to his leaving the film 18 days into a 30-day shoot. He shot fights with stunt doubles and scenes that would involve Seagal were shot with Tamara Davies instead. There you go. On the DVD extras, there's an interview with Seagal taken in Thailand just before the film shot in LA. For this interview, he insisted on being interviewed while sitting on the throne that had been used by the previous king of Thailand for 25 years. It had to take place in the Imperial Gardens of the U.S. Embassy in Bangkok. He would not participate in photo shoots for the Black Dawn cover and publicity stills unless this interview was included on the DVD. The production company also insisted there be a picture of two people doing flying tits in the movie, something that never happens in the movie. The company financing the film Andrew Stevens Productions paid Seagal an upfront fee just to ensure his participation. A script was then quickly written, which would undergo many changes for various reasons. One of them was that Seagal decided he wanted to play the same character he had in The Foreigner, which meant an almost complete rewrite. Seagal was also bullying and uncommunicative toward cast and crew members, and refused to film any fight scenes. The production company ultimately backed Seagal, forcing the director to use doubles. Tamara Davies filmed a couple fight scenes, which were ultimately cut because they made it clear how little Seagal was participating in the action. Seagal ended up leaving the film halfway through production, necessitating the use of blue screen to complete several crucial scenes, whose CGI was poor because the money had run out. The experience was enough to make him swear off directing feature films. So, yeah, that's the interview I had read with the director. I mean, that director has no reason to lie. So, I know I'm talking through what pretty much still part of the first main action scene in the movie. But it just shows how little I give a shit. I don't understand. This guy has so much trouble. They keep working with him because, well, his films make money, so that's all that matters. You want to keep the lights going? You want to keep these people employed? Deal with this bullshit, get it in the can, release it. But at the same time, you think there'd be a dwindle of... You think that would dwindle when this repeated bullshit of the returns you think would get lower and lower as time goes on, but I guess other companies decided to pick up the slack or the budget or whatever the case. Again, I stopped watching them, and then for some reviews, either I bought them very, very cheap, or found them for free to watch. And yeah, that poor driver here who did nothing wrong, he got killed, and Seagal just threw him out. I'm like, what did this driver of this truck do? I guess, yeah, other than that shootout before this scene, this is the first big action scene in the movie. And, we're only 42 minutes in. Almost 43 minutes in. So there you go. Good job on that stunt person. Putting herself out there. You know that had to hurt. But she let go of that fucking thing. Thank God it's flammable. Obviously, you're not going to see Seagal jump out of a fucking truck. So... Nah, I'm not going to jump out of a truck. Yep, he's just there. Come on, do you really expect Seagal to be jumping out of a fucking truck? Hell no. Sorry, itching my nose. Seagal is such a weird guy. I mean, like, for example, why would you want to have it be, well, it has to be the same character from The Foreigner? Like, why? What difference would that make? No one remembers that character. If I asked 50 people, none of them would tell me anything about Jonathan Cold, what makes him different, unique, whatever, compared to Seagal, other Seagal characters. So what's the fucking point? I don't know. I can't tell you. They can't fucking tell you either. Yeah. Stop by McDonald's more. Well, at least we're halfway through the film, so there's that. But I mean, it's just that the reason I get so angry, so mad, so upset with Steven Seagal is a variety of reasons. Number one is because this guy, despite all that I've said, I think he had talent back in the day. I do. I think he had that kind of Eastwood, whispery voice. He seemed cool. He seemed badass. Given some nice lines. You think you're above the law, but you ain't above mine. That's for my wife. Fuck you and die. They don't know why Richie did Bobby Lupo. Because he seemed like he gave a shit, despite his ego catching up to him already from the get-go. And you would see his fight scenes, and there would be wide shots where you see him in the frame taking people down. And Aikido, whether people say it's legitimate or not, it seemed like a different art form, and it looked unique. But the guy got his ego higher. He thought it was top shit, teen shit. So just like Van Damme sadly did, Seagal, decided to be much more controlling. Both those guys decided to direct. Van Damme with The Quest, Seagal with On Deadly Ground. Both were bombs, financial bombs, kind of helped start their downfall, their career, where they were making a series of films that were bomb. Maximum Risk. Well, before that, The Quest was Sudden Death, that bombed. Here, The Glamour Man, and Fire Down Below. And then they go into direct-to-video. So they kind of followed similar careers. While Seagal didn't do drugs. Van Damme had the bipolar, had the cocaine. Cocaine's a hell of a drug that didn't help. But I said at least Van Damme has tried to be better. And at least at the start, he had a better track record of direct-to-video films. You compare both filmographies. Seagal made more. I think Van Damme made better. And again, just the way he treated people. I think Van Damme was not the nicest guy either. But it seemed like he got better as he went along. You never got that with Seagal, that he got better. And then again, being the chef, stump people, and not giving a shit. Again, there's video that you'll see of Van Damme doing something. He accidentally clipped a guy, and he got really emotional. Maybe that's part of his bipolar working on him, but he got really upset with himself that he did it. Seagal would never do that. Like Michael Jai White, I know he says neither of them are martial artists. But he would say nothing about Van Damme. Like, this guy didn't know who I was, and he put a coat on me when we were making Universal Soldier. And it seemed like he had a nice time working with Van Damme, even on the return. But he's that much artist because of what he did to his. I think, like Michael Jai White said, what he did bad to himself, while Seagal was more of an asshole. And that's the difference between the two. Van Damme is trying. Seagal is not trying. Van Damme tried to keep himself in shape. He tried to play more different, unique roles, like a serial killer and, again, a prisoner where he's doing more and more crazy. A vengeful vigilante. You kill my wife, and scenes where he breaks down and cries. JCVD, when he has that heartfelt confessional to the camera. That gave me more respect for Van Damme, despite his past discrepancies where he was not far from a perfect guy. He was far from a perfect guy. Well, Seagal... What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Yeah, what have you done more? What the fuck are you doing? Yeah, you're not going to have Seagal fighting. That's why you have this girl doing more of the gunfight, because Seagal didn't want to fucking do it. So now it's going to be more about her. I think, and that's what I think it said, that there were more fight scenes with her. I didn't even think, oh, Steven Seagal, he's going to have a gunfight with these guys. No. He didn't want to do shit. I'll just do this, and then my double falls on the ground. Now she's going to do it. It's 51 minutes. Name how many fight scenes he's done in this movie. His one arm did this. He drove a truck. He shot a gun in 2 scenes. In one of those 2 scenes, he shot the gun for 10 seconds. If that. And that's the thing, the audience is supposed to see this for Seagal, not for... Yeah, okay, I was going to say that was supposed to be Seagal. And look how this is shot and framed. You could tell Seagal didn't do that. That's a double. Seagal's just doing this. And then have the fight scene where I'm doing a fight scene. I'm Steven Seagal. I'm doing a fight scene. Yeah, okay, I'm Steven Seagal. I'm doing a fight scene. That was totally Steven Seagal, folks. I know you didn't see my head, but I swear that was Steven Seagal. Dude, like, you should tell, too. You can fucking tell. His head's over here. You just see his legs. So that was the second fight scene, and you could tell it was not Seagal. And I disagree with the director of that Perfect Weapon movie. Not the Just People one, the good one, the Seagal one. We gotta use fight doubles, but everybody uses fight doubles. It's not like he's the only one. Dude, come on. Not like this. Not this egregious. But to be honest, that guy doesn't watch action films anyway. So, it was a funny interview, but that guy didn't know shit about action, so... Whatever. I say it was a funny interview. Seems like a nice guy. But he doesn't know shit about action. Like, no, there's a difference between using a stunt double for a dangerous stunt and this kind of shit. Well, he didn't direct this film, but same with Perfect Weapon. Most of these fucking direct-to-video Seagal movies. What sets up the metal detector first? The lead in your ass or the shit in your brains? Now, wait a minute. The metal detector. Doesn't the clip where his card's on, wouldn't that be metal? He has like ID, and isn't that a metal clip? So wouldn't that set off the metal detector? Am I wrong? It's a metal detector. He had an ID, and it was clipped with metal. It looked like metal, but it didn't set off the metal detector. And why do we need that scene of this guy walking out? And now, like, why do we need that scene? I'll hold my cup. I guess because he put shit in the cup, so that's how he got the shit out. To be fair, that I'm sure that's why. But I just find it funny that he metal, but maybe the metal detector's broken. I don't smoke a cigarette. When was the last time someone smoked a cigarette in a movie? Theatrical, even direct-to-video movie. When was the last time someone smoked a cigarette? Especially in an action movie. I don't remember. Hotel Stillwell. Okay. Is that where Seagal had one of his luxury parties with his 7 bodyguards? By the way, if he's such a badass, why do you need 7 bodyguards? Again, if you're such a badass, why do you need 7 bodyguards? Kind of weird, don't you think, to have 7? Okay, a bodyguard, yeah, okay. 7? Jesus. His entourage. Still broken, then fix it. Stop sitting your ass doing crossword puzzles. Fix the shit. Go up those stairs to the public internet. Do they still have internet cafes? I would think not as much because now our phones can be our own internet cafe. You sit at McDonald's or it says got McDonald's on the brain because I saw on the fucking dashboard earlier. And you just eat your phone, you just blah. Did this guy just have a cigarette? He's having another cigarette. Put his gloves on. Better have some lube or chafe. Oh yeah, when he went out of security, he had this thing in the cup. There ain't no Folgers in that cup. It's the best part of waking up. The best part of waking up. Like I say, if you watch this film, I don't know what kind of enjoyment you can even get out of this. Seagal is barely in the film. He was too fucking lazy. He barely does anything. There's a lack of that. Well, thank God it tells us day 4. Thank God. I was worried. What day are we? Are we day 4? 4. 4 horsemen. 4 score and 7 Seagals ago. 7 lightning bolts ago. Where the fuck his drink was. They say he had an energy drink. Listen, I don't even know if they make that shit. I'll look that up. I ain't buying it, but I'm just curious. See? Moose giving me gas. Nice tighter shirt. You got tighter blood? Are you winning? Suitcase. Ribbed. That suitcase is ribbed for their pleasure, I guess. All the ribs on that suitcase. What is that, a calculator they got attached to it? Well, operator, so it's from a phone. From an old school phone with the... I have bad feeling about this. I don't know about this. I have bad feeling. See, I know what's going on. We thought we do this. I'm tired of waiting. I will admit, there's a part of me I do wonder what the fuck Seagal is doing in Russia. Like, what does he do on a daily basis in Russia? What does he do on a daily basis? He doesn't work out. Eat fucking Asian lady. Fucking Asian lady again. Eat some more. Have his paranoid delusions about fucking CIA coming after him, where they don't give two shits about him. Steven Seagal thinks someone is paying Tom Arnold to keep bad-mouthing him. Who the fuck is going to pay Tom Arnold for that? Putin bestows Friendship Award on actor Steven Seagal. Headlines pro-war festival in Russia. Okay. Arnold Schwarzenegger's body double puts Steven Seagal in his place. Jean-Claude Van Damme reveals strapped $20 million fight with Steven Seagal. Oh, please do that. I would love for that to happen. That should be the last thing both of you do. You're in your 60s, 70s for a Las Vegas fight. Please do that, man. You chitty ditty. But here's with Van Damme. Like, that was something that happened long ago. The offer. So this is what he says nowadays, Van Damme. This is like few days ago. I have no problem with Steven. When you're young, you want to be the macho man. If I saw him today, I'd have no problem. Even now, with his overweight years, he's still got the Steven Seagal way of talking. You know, back to the day, they were having an idea to have a fight between me and Steven at the Mirage. 20 million each. He didn't take the fight. I do believe Van Damme in that. Because even when Expendables 2 was out, he was interviewed. He's like, you know what, Seagal would be good for Expendables 3. He should lose some weight. And the guy was laughing, interviewing him. He's like, no, that's not what I meant. It's like, you know, get a little bit more in shape. And, you know, he's got that charisma. But I know he doesn't like me much. So... Oh yeah, I was going to look up Steven Seagal's energy drink. That's why I turned this on in the first place. It is lightning bolt. What the fuck, really? I don't, let me look up shopping. What does it say here? Sorry, my phone's slow because it doesn't have the... It's gotta wait a couple days for it to... renew for the next month. Then I'll get more of the high speed on it. This is a monthly thing, and oh, hit the fucking thing, man. Yeah, I guess it's discontinued. Steve Seagal's Lightning Bolt Energy Drink, $1,500. So yeah, it more like, yeah, it's out of print. That's why. Who the fuck would pay $1,500 for that? Jesus. If I won't. Jesus. Besides, if I'm gonna pay for a drink, I'd rather try to get some Crystal Pepsi. Because I do remember liking Crystal. I wish they would bring back Crystal Pepsi and let it fucking stay. All these other bullshit flavors out there. Just bring Crystal Pepsi and let it fucking stay, man. Goddamn. I would get it. I shit you not. If Crystal Pepsi came back to stay, I would fucking get it. Frequently. See, she gets more of the fight scenes because she's willing to do more. She's doing the wide shots. She's tossing and turning with this guy. She got stabbed, but he's fucked with this guy. Shoots him. She's more willing to do the fights, that's why. She's more willing to participate. She's more willing to get in there and do some work. Man. Crystal Pepsi 9-pack, $75. Jesus Christ. Just for some reason I thought they were still in Canada, but 8 bottles, $80. Jesus Christ. You get one little bottle for $18. At least they came back for a little bit. I was able to try it and go, wow, that was pretty good. It's like a better tasting Diet Pepsi. Like if Diet Pepsi actually tasted worth a shit. That's how I view. I'm going off Crystal Pepsi. I'm talking about this fucking movie. There you go. It's all about Black Dawn. Oh, now fucking Crystal Pepsi. Yeah, fuck your bonus. Means get the fuck out of LA. That's what he means. Idiot. God, Seagal is such a lazy piece of shit. Oh, this guy's spiffy. He had a flagpole in his fucking front yard. How many of you have flagpoles in your yard? I mean, flagpoles is usually like school or, you know, not your own residential home. Like a literal like pole. And that's how you just put your flag up on your, you know, part of your roof. You could tell he left in the middle of this because he barely has anything to do. He's barely in the fucking film. No wonder I didn't remember this movie. Just like Shadow Man and a lot of these other movies, man. I can't tell you one thing about Sniper Special Ops. Rob Van Dam is in it, and he can't act. Good wrestler, but he can't act. Seagal, he's a sniper. He's sitting his ass all most of the time. It's more about these other people than once in a while keeps coming back to Seagal sitting down. Doesn't want to get his fat ass up. Like Beyond the Law and General Commander. I saw those movies. I swear to God, I saw those movies. I can't tell you a fucking thing about them. I'd have to rewatch my review. If anyone ever wants me to re-review or commentate or anything, feel free through PayPal. But oh my God, this actress, I have nothing against her. I think with the shit show that we have here, she did what she could. I mean, it's nothing special, but I mean, what if you're her? What can she do? A script that was rushed in, that had to be changed, completely rewritten pretty much last minute. A star that doesn't want to do half the shit he's supposed to do. She's doing what she can. Doing the best I can with what I got. Doing the best I can. See, in a regular movie, actually, you'd have the hero come in and beat these guys' asses up in a nicely choreographed action scene. But no. Back to the day with Seagal, or no. You know, it's funny, I just did a commentary for the Jean-Claude Van Damme film, The Order, 2001. And that film did shit, but you see what Van Damme's doing. He gives a shit. He's in most of the movie, as he should be. The fight scenes, he's doing the fight scenes, he's doing the kicks, he's doing the punches, he's doing a lot of stuff in there. He gives a shit. Does it feel like it's not? There's barely any fight scenes, and the very, very few, it's mostly a double. Watch The Order and then watch this movie. You tell me which is better. And this is that 2000s era for these two stars. That's what someone should do. Watch this Seagal film, then watch a Van Damme film, and then you tell me. Watch this, then watch The Order. Watch Attack Force, then watch fucking Wake of Death or whatever. Watch Belly of the Beast or Shadow Man. Then watch In Hell or Replicant. Can't be doing much of a good fucking. She ain't barely moaning. She walked into someone having sex, which they didn't notice. I don't care how deep you are in sex, you don't know someone knocking on your fucking... Well, I don't care how deep you are in the sex, you don't know someone coming into your room and opening your door. I mean, I can't blame the couple. They're having sex, and then some stranger's like, who the hell are you? These terrorists want the bomb. This guy's trying to get them the bomb. But who's to know that the... Who the fuck were these two people? I must have zonked out. Where the fuck did these two people come from? I must have completely zonked out. I don't know who the fuck those two people are Seagal was talking about. You're my team. Up. You're both gonna die. Well, she killed those two people. Well, those two didn't die. Commend her for that. Again, this lady has more action scenes than Seagal. Here's another. She had a fight scene, then here she has a shootout. I mean, she's doing more than Seagal is. She's killing more bad guys. Okay, Humpty Dumpty, what do you got? Before the Great Fall. And this is why Seagal had to have these two people. Because, yeah, Seagal do this. Wow, that team was so good, they got killed already. What a great team. What do you do? Get them at the bottom of a Cracker Jack box? They come with coupons? With coupons? Must have bought them with coupons. That's why they're so fucking cheap. Yeah, this team that I don't know where the fuck these two people come from, and then they come in, they get killed. Wow, they were such a good team. Where did they train? Toys R Us? Yeah, this is a stair fight. You tell this is a double. Look at this. You tell the hair. Seagal never does a back kick like that. The hair was different. Fuck, man, you could... God. Oh my god, he did something. It wasn't all just up close. Wow. He grabbed the guy and did this. Holy shit. You mean he did something? Oh my fucking god. Guy with a dumb look on his face. Wipe yourself. You're dead. Actually, that's what most people will look like when watching this movie. Better close your mouth, you don't draw flies. Toucan. Shut up, bitch. You shut it up, giant bitch. The faithful Steve Seagal is on our ass. So give me no sauce. We need to go to McDonald's. Throw it at him. Get him distracted. Need the Mitty D's. The Mitty D defense. Burger King, make your way to the highway. Now we got like 13 minutes left of the movie. You know, the two brothers that was like the bad guys for a good chunk of it. You think like you have a big finale with them, like they really get their just desserts. Like Double Impact. Where Chad and Alex, they split up and they take care of the bad guys in their own unique fashions. Drop a container on one. put one's arm in the deer and throw his ass off from a high spot. Not this. Yeah, I don't blame the director not wanting to direct again if he had to deal with so much horse shit where we had this money, but then it was taken away because of bullshit, because Seagal left because he was a crybaby, ego bitch, because he needed to wear his diaper. His diaper was on too tight. He was doing too many rashes of diaper rash. He needed too many McDonald's parties. He needed to feed his 7 fucking bodyguards. Get some water. So Seagal and the female agent, they're trying to get to these 2 terrorists who have this small nuclear bomb. Did the brothers who were villains, I forgot what, I think one of them got shot on the stairwell, on the, I think one of them got shot and killed, but it was such a non-event that you forget it. I already forgot what happened to the other brother. The one that Seagal broke out of jail at the beginning. I already forgot what the fuck happened to him. Already forgot. Went over my bald head. I probably saw it, but I just forgot. So now the bad age. I know I've seen that actor in other stuff. I cannot remember though. So he killed the 2 terrorists. Step away from the device. If you have a bull in your head, you're not going to be able to push it. Dipshit. Okay, so they've all been killed. Seagal and the girl have those briefcase bomb. What a exciting finale. Take a slow elevator, go into a helicopter. We have a small nuclear bomb. Nuclear bomb. Nuclear bomb. And the way it's solved is you just drop it to the water. And even though there's a fucking mushroom cloud, apparently it's all fine. We don't have the fucking time to argue. They got like 4 minutes left and they're arguing about whether you want to be on the chopper or not. Because we have time to argue about that. There we get this pretty bad blue screen, green screen of them in the chopper. Because they didn't have the effects. They couldn't do it right. They didn't have the money. We do see a chopper going up. So they got this helicopter shot. I wonder if this helicopter shot was stolen from another movie. I don't know. I just would not be surprised these helicopter shots were stolen from other movies. Fucking Blue Thunder or something. If it is, I don't know which movie, but maybe I'm just, yeah, that's some bad. When they're in the cockpit, that's some bad backgrounds. Is this where he says, open the door and drop the bitch out? How the hell would I know? How deep is the water? Open the door and throw that bitch out. Exactly. Open the door and throw that bitch out. Because that's how you fix nuclear weapons. You just drop them to the ocean and everything will be fine. Yeah, there's not the best effects because they had no money left. See how this explosion. Oh my god. This is like sci-fi channel shit. Because it's not just a bomb, it's a nuclear bomb. We might be fine, but we might be glowing in the dark for a while. If you glow in the dark, that means you're dead or dying. So that doesn't mean you're fine. We may be glow in the dark for a while. That means you're dying and you're fucked. But I guess they're fine because they're having dinner and a nuclear bomb is set off. A small one, sorry. How fucking small could a small nuclear bomb really be? And they're fucking fine. Everything's fucking fine. Whatever. Oh, you taught her how to use chopsticks. Great. Stick them up your nose or stick them up in his ass. Maybe if you stick the stick out of. Maybe those chopsticks would do the fucking work. Yeah. Yep, the president of Dr. Donuts wants to see you. They want Seagal to be their sponsor. Wonder that's Seagal's double as well. Agent Amanda Stewart, Tamara Davis. She probably got paid jack shit compared to Seagal, even though she did more shit. It just says terrible, boring, inconsequential, and shitty as when I first saw it. The highlights were the McDonald's dashboard, open the door and throw the bitch out, the severe lack of fights from Seagal, and the very, 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 very few that are obvious doubles. Especially the whole stairwell fight was just the double. And just how fucking lazy and how lazy Seagal is. And I'm curious, what happened to the one guy? I'm just curious that I fucking missed. The one brother that I fucking... that I completely forgot about. Did he die during the shootout? Oh yeah, he was used as... he was a shield. Yeah, Seagal used him as a shield. That's why I was so confused, okay, because the one brother he used as a shield, I was so... the fact that people getting shot, but he keeps holding the gun here, and then the people getting shot, then he's holding the gun here. The guy falls to the ground, but he took no bullets in the chest. Like, he's using the shield, but you see no bullet holes in the chest area. The guy, you never see the guy get shot. You never see pa. He just drops the guy, and the guy crumples. So I didn't know the guy was dead. I didn't know the guy was fucking dead. Because there was no bullet holes in the guy. The guy didn't get shot. So they know he was fucking dead. No wonder I didn't remember what happened to that brother. So Seagal held him, and I guess he got shot, but we don't see him get shot. And there's his dead body there for the bullets that are now there. So that's what happened to the guy. Jesus Christ. This fucking movie, man. Well, that's how it is. How it is was how it was, how it were, how's it am, how's it be. God damn, man. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.